People who knowingly have slept with someone who was in a relationship. Why did you do it? She told me that she was in an open relationship but turned out that she was lying. Yeah, I had the same thing happen. Girl told me she was in an open relationship, I slept with her, then she told her boyfriend about it. Except she left out the part where our hookup was consensual. So the next day I get a call from her boyfriend, threatening to kick my ass for raping his girlfriend. Story does have a happy ending though. I had text history of our conversation leading up to the hookup, as well as her texting me about how good it was after I had left. I sent him screenshots, showing proof of her saying she was in an open relationship, as well as proof it wasn't rape. He dumped her and apologized for believing her.
Ew, this is so cringe. Guilty.
Yeah, fuck no. Would you ever go barefoot?
Yes.
Would you do it right now?
Yes.
How does it feel?
Great. Like I'm gonna step on a needle any second.
Would you do it again?
Yeah. I love your hair, I'm sorry.
I am an escort and have been for nearly 3 years. I was thinking about retirement, but after my last client, I'm not so sure anymore. The other day I met with this client in the hotel and he told me he's a virgin. I can tell he's the shy type of guy and he was so sweet, even brought me some flowers. We got on the bed and started kissing and undressing each other, and afterwards we then got dressed and cuddled together, and as he rested on my chest and I was rubbing and playing with his hair, he just cried. I asked him what's wrong and he said he feel really good, loved and cared for with me, and also told me that no one has made him this way before, and it's honestly sad to hear. You'd be surprised by how many guys hire me just to cuddle and be affectionate with them. They don't receive much love and are so happy when they do, and same with compliments, so I always make sure to compliment them. I wish I can give every guy a hug now. Anyways, I reassured him and told him everything's going to be okay until he slept on me. So now I am at a crossroad. I want to quit and find true love, even though that would be hard considering my past present, but at the same time, I get to make so many guys feel happy about themselves, and I want to keep doing that, so I'd what to do.
That feel when too depressed to even watch corn.
Sons of prostitutes, how do you feel about what your mother did? I despise that wretched piece of shit, and every day, don't hear she hasn't died yet haunts me. She dropped me off at my great-aunt's doorstep when I was a year old. She convinced me to run away from my abusive great-aunt's home at 15 to live with her. None of this is in order, just wrote as I remembered things. Different scumbag dudes every night. One of them came into my room and pointed a pistol at my face. All my belongings worth anything were sold for drugs. Was left at home for days, sometimes a week or so, alone. Cupboards were locked shut, I wasn't allowed to eat. She tried to stab me multiple times and threw me off the second-story balcony of our apartment. I had to pull a heroin needle out of her arm when I found her passed out on the kitchen floor. She got me a puppy and would spread peanut butter on the other side of my bedroom door to make my dog freak out every night, then eventually fed it crack and God knows what else, which killed my poor little Bailey. She'd threatened to murder me and dispose of my body under a certain spot so people would walk over my grave daily and have no clue. She eventually took a pocket knife of mine and rammed it through her own hand, hiding the knife under my pillow, and claimed to police I raped her to get rid of me. She was in the process of trying to sell me to some strange man, but I talked to the police when they questioned me and they took me to a bus station to escape her after she ran from the cops. I traveled a few provinces across Canada on the Greyhound for almost a week with no food or money to my grandfather's in a small town, whose girlfriend not long after dropped me off in my hometown at a youth shelter in the city where I became homeless. 15 years later I've got my shit together through all the trauma and I've never been the same since the worst 6 months of my life. I'll only go to her funeral to make sure it's actually her in the coffin. I just caught my partner cheating and I want to be sick. I don't even know what to do. I'm in between wanting to throw up, devolve into a fit of rage, or just break down. I just moved in with my partner less than 3 days ago and all was going well. We'd gotten a cold together from an earlier trip, but it was nice for misery to have company, and I was genuinely looking so forward to living with this girl. We were in the process of getting a place in a new town, talking about marriage, all the things that someone should be ecstatic for, until tonight. She told me her ex was coming round to chat. No worries, I thought. She's friends with exes like I am with mine, and I didn't mind the guy. She then said when he comes round, am I okay to go downstairs? They just wanted a little private chat. Again, naive and stupid me thought that was fine, no biggie, can't imagine anything wrong there. And then I heard it. I heard them doing it like rabbits while I was just left downstairs to spiral into an anxiety attack. I stormed out the house and headed to one of my mates just to calm down. A little conversation later and her begging me to return, I decided to go back only to find she herself has decided to go out and I have to wait for her to decide to come back. I'm currently in our room typing this out, trying to hold back the vomit from knowing what just happened in here. I don't know what to do. I've never felt this way before and I'm just so angry. The worst part is I don't even know if I'll break up with her over this because I'm too attached to see any way out.
And I cheated on him with like 4 guys. Monogamy is not natural for me. I was only in love with him, but yet wanting other men. He sees like I'm just so much happier. You wish you would have done this years ago, right?
I walked in on my girlfriend of nearly 5 years and her ex in my bed. Since I caught them together on Saturday, I kicked her out of my house and told her we were done. She's now staying at her sister's place. I have literally 43 voice messages in my inbox, dozens of emails and texts, but I just don't feel like replying. She's already dead to me, so why should I care about what she has to say? Nothing she says will make up for the betrayal. I've got my house key back from her, but I'll probably end up changing my locks anyways at some point. I've talked to her mom over the phone and explained to her what I walked in on and saw. All she did was apologize over and over again for her daughter's actions and semi-begged me to forgive her. I have quite a strict life plan that I drafted up at 16 and have been following very closely ever since. Everything until now has gone pretty much exactly according to this plan I wrote out. I thought this was the girl I'd marry and have my children with. I know that I'm still young and there are plenty more good girls out there, but I almost don't have the energy to bother starting over. As ridiculous as it might seem, I'm just disappointed that she chose this fucking loser to be the thing to end our otherwise great relationship. I'd rather it be some demigod I'd never match up to rather than some pathetic man baby, because then at least somewhere in my head I could be like, oh, I guess that makes sense.
My telephone rings, calling me from Miami.
This game f***ing sucks. The NPCs have little to none chat dialogues. Most NPCs look exactly the same. Glitches constantly as NPCs disappear after interacting with them. Microtransactions at literally nothing. What were they thinking?
I win!
Be me, Femin on. When I was in high school. First BF of 6 months makes the sophomore football team and gets fit. Give him my virginity. Dumps me right before homecoming dance and goes with some stupid blonde druggy bitch named Rebecca. Fast forward and he drunk dials me one night and wants to come over. Sneak out to his car. Mom always drunk and doesn't notice. We bang in his car parked in the street. He says how great it was as we lay there. I can still feel his cum running down my leg. Says I'm so much better than her because I'm on the pill and she makes him wear a condo. Don't respond. He just says he has to go. Okay, whatever. Driving back I ask, so are we together again? He says don't be stupid. What about Rebecca? My face when?
Well, it's funny, but it is kinda too hard to feel sorry for you.
In January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
No, either you are telling porcupines, which is probably what you're telling, or your gooch looks like a Tesco's bag for life.
He's so goddamn cute, and I haven't had penis in a goddamn long time, so it's just like, what should I do? What should I do?